Trigger warning. We're going to talk about genocide at Golden Gate Bridge and also reconciliation at the Presidio, again at Golden Gate Bridge, which is the unceded lands of the Ramaytush Ohlone. So it's a military outpost, has been, with the Spanish, Mexico, and the United States. And here, you got National Cemetery, you got Memorial to the Missing, you got the Korean War Memorial, and the military stuff. But here's something cool. The end of a way of life. The Presidio is in the traditional territory of the Yalamu, who are an independent tribe of the Ramaytush Ohlone people. They understood how to live in this special place, how to adapt to its weather, use plants as food and medicine, and build boats to fish and travel around the bay. This way of life quickly ended after the Spanish colonists arrived in 1776 to stake claim to this land and convert indigenous peoples to the Catholic religion. By 1800, harsh living and working conditions, as well as disease, had eradicated about 80% of local people and their culture. The genocide of California Natives people continued through the Gold Rush and Indian Wars. Our first governor put out a bounty for indigenous communities. $1 million was collected. Here, the Ohlone dance in front of Mission de San Francisco de Asis as depicted by Luis Choriz, 1860. Courtesy of the Bancroft Library, University of California, Berkeley. Here, despite the painful history of genocide and forced removal, many indigenous peoples survive and are reviving their cultures. In 2019, the National Park Service collaborated with the Indians of all tribes to commemorate the 19-month occupation of Alcatraz Island that started in 1969. To honor their fight for civil rights, the park hosted an exhibition and cultural events attended by many original indigenous occupiers and their families. Photo by Will Elder, National Park Service. You can see in the background a lot of the original pictures. American Indian movement. Same time as Black Panthers. And unfortunately we cannot see it from over here. No, we cannot. But that was the beginning of the American Indian movements. At one time, almost all the nations could actually get along and fight for something that was needed. Absolutely, right along with so many other civil rights movements. And there's my van. So that's really cool to see and acknowledge, and it should always be. And I'm glad to see the Presidio. Not only they have that, but down here, I'm not gonna be able to focus on it. There's a little banner in that light. You can even see the words Ohlone if you look closely. O-H-L-O-N-E. Homeland of the Ramaytush Ohlone. So that's really cool to see. That being loud and proud and done by an indigenous artist. So that's really cool. Look for more of that stuff from the National Park Service. Actually getting real information from the local native indigenous communities, and not just the guesswork and going, I don't know what happened during the same time as the Civil War or the fake Indian Wars or the Gold Rush or sometime when your town was founded. It's really cool. Come on, Rocks, out please. Good job.